So I kind of feel like I'm going crazy when I watch the New Gate because anytime I take a look outside my channel for discussions about this show, and it's not just like the Twitter cesspool, it's Reddit threads or other videos, like anything about this show, I swear people talk about this like it's the worst abomination out there. And the common trend I'm seeing so far with what little discussion is out there, because it takes a bit for a show like this to get any attention for a lot of places, is that it fell off and somehow got worse. And I'm actually scratching my head because I said it last week. The production of the last episode, episode 8, was garbage. It was a train wreck of a production visually, but the actual content of it was incredibly emotional, engaging, and you don't often see like these types of Isekai fantasy shows commit to killing off a character when usually the MC pulls a magical rabbit's foot out of his ass and saves the day. In an episode like this, nothing crazy happened. Like, nothing, like, offensive was here. It was a pretty chill episode. It was a little fanservice-y and baity, but nothing out of the ordinary. And goddamn it, anime fans are trying to act like they don't like that. I mean, they're complete hypocrites given some of the shows that pop off every season. But it's just weird that, arguably as harmless of an episode as this was, people are like, why would you still be watching it up to episode 9 if this is how you feel? And it confuses me because usually when the pushback on, like, the English-speaking side of the anime community is like this, it also means generally I don't do that well view-wise for a show like this. But this show does exceptionally well and actually has one of my longest view times per video. I'm baffled. I'm convinced there's like this silent majority that like this show, and then like the handful of people who apparently talk about it outside my channel hate watch it. I don't know. I'm actually baffled, but the episode felt like 5-8 minutes, so I guess I like trash. I don't know. The anime community confuses me is my point, but the fact that an episode like this is dividing people is kind of weird to me, but internet. Of course, I have full live reactions, though, to all these New Gate episodes over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to this or any of these episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. So, fun episode. We come off of a very emotional episode from last week, and we actually meet someone else. Very different interaction. Maybe it's my PTSD from them actually committing from killing my boy. I'm like, okay, you know, if you're gonna stick around, buddy, just tell us if you have any chronic illnesses or I'm waiting for someone to shoot him in the heart or something. Very quick interaction. We pop up, he's like, Master, I'm ready to slay your enemies. And he's like, chill, my boy, I'm Shin, here's your weapon, adios, amigo. And I'm like, sure, why not? And in general, like, you could sum this episode down to as Shni decides to bust out the best wardrobe I've ever seen she wear, and it was fantastic. The anime knew what they were doing with a lot of those shots. Anytime an anime camera starts at the waist level and pulls upwards to double D's in your face, it's shameless, and it's always funny. But really, it was just like kind of going with the flow, simple slice of life, and then we got recruited to go meet the princess, second princess I should specify, who we threw Skullface Jack's sword through the window. We're the entire time thinking we're about to get married, and she's like, hit me, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I thought we were about to marry this princess off, and apparently she just likes being spanked because now she wants to fight. Wild. Am I saying this is a masterpiece of an episode? Absolutely not. I think last week, despite the production, like, the content was actually amazing. But in general, this show is just, it's a type of fun I don't get. I think I've been saying it since around, like, episode 4 or something, that these episodes legitimately fly by. I've had people in my comment section saying that since, like, the second episode. And I'm like, you know, like, yeah, it's a good show, but I don't think it's really flying by in that way. But honestly, it has for most of this run for me. And I don't know why, because it's not really doing anything extraordinary. And boy golly, does the production not leave anything to, like, cover up basic mediocrity. I do think this episode was fine looking. There was a few Shin faces that were a little derpy, and he, like, if there's going to be derpy faces, it's most likely going to be on Shin because the animator's attention to detail goes into plot, aka this area, on certain characters, if you catch my drift. But this episode looked fine. Like, it's basically what you were expecting for, like, the most of the episodes that didn't have major production issues. Last week was a train wreck of a production visually. This week was pretty much what you expect. It does make me kind of wonder if last week was outsourced because it was a different level of chaos, but I guess we might never know, or people may not do the research because it's not popular enough to do said research. I don't know. But like, I don't know. This is an interesting study because like, there are shows that I've enjoyed that I'm like, okay, I understand the criticism. Like, I disagree, I'm still having fun, is what it is, I like something people don't like. But it's a weird study of like, I make videos on this, and people don't act like I'm crazy. They're like, no, this is really fun. I stopped making videos on Unnamed Memory because all of my comments were about how shit that show was. I quite liked it, but all the comments were it was shit. So rather than just being told that a show I really like is shit, I was like, okay, I'll just watch it over on Patreon. I don't have that with this show, so I'm really confused on why, like, the 100 comments you might see about this show, with every platform combined, acts like this show has either fallen off, didn't reach the levels they thought it would, or is bad, when this is just like a very chill show with sometimes some emotional trauma bonding, but at the end of the day, it's like a chilling in another world type show. I don't know, like, I don't even really know what the purpose of this video is, but it's like, this episode felt like 8 minutes. I'm not saying this is the best episode of the week. If anything, I think The Newgate is one of my least favorite shows I'm watching this season. I'll be honest. But the reason I come back to it is because every episode feels like 8 to 10 minutes max. The show is actually pretty good. It should have been produced, like, chilling in another world with level 2 super cheat powers, reincarnated as a 7th prince. Any of those shows, like that look and style, would have probably made this show more popular and I would have been much more happy. But you can't tell someone unironically with a show that has this shit of visual production that they're watching it for superficial reasons. Because even the titties aren't really on screen that much. It's just legitimately a fun cast, and you feel for parts where characters die or Schnee is very scared of being left alone. It's basic, but basic doesn't equal bad either. I don't know, it's a weird experience talking about this one. It just doesn't make sense, because I'm convinced people hate it, but then I make videos and people love it, so it's like, I don't know. Maybe the answer is actually that the people who do like this show have just gravitated towards my channel because I'm one of the few people who also agree it's very fun. Maybe that's the answer. I have had that happen before with certain shows, so maybe that's actually the answer. But let me know what you thought, because I thought this was a fun episode. The princess stuff was a bit of a twist and turn, and honestly, we almost got married to Schnee, so I can't say I'm complaining. Let me know what you thought down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Sean, Yahir Sanchez, Damian Sykes, and Big Duval. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.